Let's start Chapter 8, Importance of Water. The Earth is the only planet that is able to support life. This is because Earth is the only planet that has water available on its surface. This is the reason why Earth is called the blue planet. Water is one of the most valuable resources on Earth. Almost 2/3 of the planet is covered with water. There is very little water that can be actually used. Water flows from a tap in most houses, but in some places it is not so. People have to fetch clean drinking water from distant places in both cities and villages. Sometimes in cities, water is also supplied by water tanks. Most of the time when you open a tap, you get water. Have you ever wondered where this water comes from? Rain is the main source of water. There are other sources of water as well, such as rivers, ponds, seas, and wells. Water is found deep inside the earth too. This is called groundwater. We get this water with the help of hand pumps and tube wells. Fabulous fact: 70% of the human body is made up of water. Water cycle. Earth recycles and reuses water through the natural water cycle. Water from oceans and rivers goes up in the air due to heat. The water droplets in the air form clouds and fall back down on the earth as rain. This rainwater goes back to the water bodies from where it reaches our homes. Need for water. Plants need water to live and grow. Many plants such as the lotus and the water lily grow in water. Some plants need very little water to survive. Examples of such plants are the cacti and the date palm. Animals and birds also need water to live. Some animals such as fish, turtles, crocodiles and crabs live in water. Most animals drink water from rivers and ponds. You must have seen animals bathing in a pond too. Farm and pet animals are given water by their owners. The camel is the only animal which can live without water for many days. Uses of water. Water has come to occupy a very prominent place in our lives. It has become one of our basic needs. Here are some ways in which water is very important for us. Water is one of the most important components of food. It helps in digestion and also cleans our systems. Water is also used to clean ourselves. Farmers use water to irrigate the plants. Water is also used to produce electricity. Water is used for traveling. Steamers and ships carry goods and people on water. Industries also use water to produce goods. Clean drinking water. Does the water in your home come directly from a source of water? A large part of the water available on earth is in the oceans. Sea water is salty. It is not fit for drinking. The water that we get from other sources is not always clean. It contains germs and other impurities that can make us sick. Water collected from rivers and other sources is first filtered and cleaned. After purification, it is collected in big tanks. Long pipes help to bring clean water from tanks to our homes. We should always use clean water for drinking and cooking. We can clean the water at home by boiling or using a water purifier. Water shortage. Many parts of the world are facing a real shortage of water. There is just not enough water to meet their requirements. In some areas, the water in the nearest source has dried up and people have to travel extremely long distances for water. People tend to use more water in summers and less water in winters. In summers, the water becomes scarce as there is less rainfall and more water is used. Even animals use more water in summers. Rains are important as they refill groundwater. Rainwater absorbed by the earth collects under the ground. People save water by the method of rainwater harvesting. Rainwater is collected in tanks under the ground. It is then passed through filters to remove impurities. This water is used for daily activities. Water harvesting also helps to increase the groundwater. This is known as rainwater harvesting. Fabulous fact: much more fresh water is stored under the ground in aquifers than on the earth's surface. Conservation of water. Water is precious. It should not be wasted. We must use every drop of water wisely. To avoid wastage of water, we can take the following steps. Ensure that the taps are properly closed and do not leak. Repair leakages in the taps as soon as possible. Keep a bucket under a leaking tap. Another way to conserve water is by reusing it. Do you throw away water after washing fruits and vegetables? Reuse it to water plants. Similarly, water left in the bucket after washing clothes can be reused to mop floors. In villages, some people collect bath water and reuse it to bathe animals. They also collect water used for washing hands and face and reuse it in the toilet. Some industries reuse water for the cooling process.